Greetings, I'm Epiktek, and this is Epiktek. Welcome back. So, I started working on just making sure I had enough materials for building a reactor today. Started putting things in this and found out pretty quickly that I was out of iron. 1 ingot and 4 nuggets is all I have left. So I had to go on a little mining trip. And while I was on that mining trip, I found more food. Yay. It's a good thing. I mean, sorta. So anyways, thought I'd come back right now and show you guys what it's like to come back from a mining trip these days. It's pretty much throw everything you've got right into here and walk away. I love it. That's odd. Why is the iron not pushing into this? Set to push. Are you not understanding what push means? Push. Weird. I think it is confused. Well, I'll just grab those out. I even get XP out of the deal. I can't complain too much. Alright, I know one of the things I needed was 1 more reactor fuel rod. But before I do that, I want to look at something. So, I realized that I've got this excavator sitting right here. And we're going to be doing iron first, which is great because I was running low on iron and I don't want to have to deal with that again. And then over here I've got this uranium vein. And then back here I've got a galena vein, which is, I believe that's silver and lead. I don't remember. Yeah, silver and lead. So, you know, not super important, but still, I've got 3 different veins right in this area. And then I've got a couple more on the other side. And then I'm still probably going to end up with a few more in an outer ring around that. So, is there a reason that I wouldn't just make a huge reactor in the core of the base right here? Like, make a room right in here. And make a huge reactor. This is what I want to do. And by huge, I mean as big as we can make it right now, but we can continue expanding it as time goes on if we need more and more power. So, yeah, I think we're going to do that. So let's make a door right here. And a room right behind it. Perfect. It's right behind the coke oven. As a matter of fact, let's go this way. And we can be right behind the blast furnace as well. Oh. You know what? That's okay. We're going to kind of rebuild the bottom of this. Yeah, something like that. And then I'll make it look natural on the outside. Like it was meant to be this way. But this will be our reactor room. Yeah, I like it. And this little thing in here I don't like, so I'm going to fill it in. There. Yeah, that looks good, huh? I'll fiddle with it a little bit more later. But this right here is going to be where we put our reactors. So now we need to figure out how we want to lay this out. Oh, I need more room. Well, no, I'll put it into the wall here. So if it is 4 by 4, which is what my other one was, my other one upstairs, Actually, I think I might make it 5 by 5 with a 3 by 3 center. So let's do that. Actually, and we'll push it into this corner. But this should be a pretty good reactor. Ooh, how are we doing here? Looks like we got lots of good stuff. Everything's all processed. Beautiful. And we can put everything away with a double right click. Love it. Okay, let's see what we can make. At least see how much we need. Oh boy, this is going to be huge. And it's going to need a lot of materials. I don't even have enough to fill the bottom. Okay, so let's start with a smaller one initially. Oh, by the way, thank you guys for the suggestions. A lot of you went with something hammer related, and I like it. As a matter of fact, I saw 2 different people mentioned Mjölnir, Thor's fabled hammer, and I like it. So we're going to call this Mjölnir because that's awesome. That is all. Okay, so now I need my coolant. I need one more thing in the back. And I need just a few more, probably some, I'll go with some windows. So 6 windows, 1 in the back, and coolant. Let me go get those. You know what I just realized? I don't have any manolin. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and take this thing apart. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, there. I need a solid one back there. Put that control rod there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I don't have any coolant in this, but it will run without coolant. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're getting over a kilo-RF per tick. In a little bit, we'll get some coolant in there. And we're also going to expand this, make it bigger. Okay, I'm going to turn that off for a second. And let's go ahead and get some power. You know, hang on, let me see something. First, let me make it daytime. And maybe have a little lunch. Or midnight snack. I need power right here. And this is negative 220, 228. Let me see something. If I were to bring power up to negative 228, 228, like right there, then I could use that to power everything. I think that's what I want to do. So this is 228. And this is, so that's right above here. Okay, so we might want to move that a little bit, but it gives us an idea. So I don't want to go any further that way, but I can definitely go further this way. So let's do, maybe go up right there. And then we'll just run the pipe up and in this way. Yeah. That should work. Okay. So let's double check these coordinates, which is negative 225, 228. And we're going to come down that. Here we go. Negative 225. And this should land me right into that same hole. And the nice thing about momentum is the longer you hold down the button, the faster you go. Beauty. That worked like a charm. So now we can run some of these pipes. Let's do like that, that. Well, here, let's just do this. I might have to make more of these. Haha. And there we go. And I ran out of pipe. That's okay, because now I don't need these anymore. Let's eject all my fuel. Because I think I'm going to shut this thing down. And we'll go use it in the bottom one. Can I reach down there? No. Hey, look at that. Wait. I don't need that one. And let's take this thing apart. And there we go. You know what I'm thinking about doing with this spot? My Tinker's Smeltery. Doesn't that make sense? Don't need it immediately, but soon we'll do that. Fill that in. Beauty. Let's go ahead and put an energy transfer node right there. Now the other thing I'm going to want to do is get power from there out to here. So let's hook that up and do like this. Now, for those who are big immersive engineering fans, you're probably crying just a little bit that I'm not using immersive engineering wiring. Don't worry, we'll get there. I'm just trying to take things kind of one step at a time. Because there are some really nice things about immersive engineering wiring. But it requires some steps I have not yet taken. Let's see. I had a feeling that would happen. It sees that as part of the reactor, and then it recalculates the whole thing and says, no, 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 no. That's not how this works. So, what can we do with this? Well, the first thing we'll do is get some coolant in here. Oh, come on. All right, let's get a few more of these pipes and get this all set up. Because I want to see that excavator roll, don't you? Yes, you do. I know you do. Don't even pretend like you don't. You do. Ahaha. There we go. That's all connected. Hey, hey, and look what's running, even though it has like almost no power. Yeah. It just kind of turned slightly. But it got something. Oh, look. There's even some iron in that one. Beauty. There was just a tiny bit of buffer in there. So let's fire this puppy up. And go watch this thing run. Now, it is not getting the full amount of power that it technically needs. That's why it's looking a little jittery at this point. But that's okay, because we also need to figure out... Yeah, see, so this is going to start dropping things on the ground here. And that's not what we want. We need to actually go and make a chest or something for it. I'm wondering if putting just a basic drawer system on there would work. I also want that. Okay. So if I put that there, and I put tin ore in that... Oh, look. It even put some nickel right there. Beautiful. So it actually is going to go ahead and start chunking these things in there. And we can do other stuff with that. I mean, I can upgrade the stack limit, because that stack limit's going to get hit pretty quick. But I can also, you know, pump it out of there. I can put a void thing on there so that once it gets over a certain level, it just stops. There's all kinds of things I can do. Also, there is an upgrade that I've never played with storage drawers, which might be just perfect in this case. Ooh, I want to play with that. But I'm going to keep it a secret for just a minute. So let's look at what upgrades are available just in general. So we've got the void upgrade, which we talked about before. But it'd be better if we didn't have to be pumping power into that and then having stuff just disappear. I'd kind of rather it do something different. Now, we also should look at these storage upgrades so that it can hold more. But before that, here we go. Status upgrade shows the fill level. Don't need that. Shows full storage. Redstone minimum upgrade. Emits a signal for the least full slot. Emits signal for most full slot. No. Emits signal for total storage. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that I want. So this is going to put out a signal that is 14th times the... Anyway, so when it's just a little... We're going to have to play with this. I want to make one of these, and we'll play with it and see what it looks like. So we're going to need some redstone sticks. That shouldn't be a problem. So we're going to make that. And if I'm not mistaken, let's actually try this out. So this drawer right here is nearly fully full. I mean, it's at... So it's at 27 out of 32 stacks. So this is putting out a power level 13. 12, 11. Yeah, we don't need to actually do that because we've got Wayla, which is showing us what the power level is. So it's putting out a power level of 13. Let's pull that out. And it shouldn't be... Yeah, so now it's not putting out any signal. Now let's take a look at this one. This one's at about halfway. And this is putting out a power level of 7. So yeah, it is taking the maximum 14, or the maximum, it's taking the maximum level of 14 and it's dividing it, the total storage, by 14, and then putting out the signal of how full it is. Does that make as much sense to you as it doesn't to me? Okay. So what I'm saying here is that we can get a redstone signal out based on how full the drawers are. Now, I want to see what happens when you've got something like this, where you've got 2 obsidian, 4 diorite stacks. I mean, like 2 total obsidian and 4 stacks of diorite. Am I going to get a 7 or am I going to get a 1? I'm going to get a 4. So that's kind of a general overall. It's not the signal of the maximum. That's what the other one meant. Aha. I know. I get it. So when this says shows fill level, shows full storage, emits signal for the least full slot, Emits signal for the most full slot. This is actually the one that we want. Not this one. That's total storage. Duh. Okay. So this is the one we want to use, not this one. I'm going to go put this one in there. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to actually put it in the... Okay. We'll put it in some... We'll put it down here. I've got a lot of random junk in here. Okay, so let's take a look. We've got... Already we have 2 stacks of iron ore. So I'm going to toss that in there. And if I put this right here, it's putting out a power level 5. Which is great, but it's not great. Okay, so I'm going to put this, so that's a... So that's now putting out power level 6, 5, and... Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So this excavator right here is actually turned on and off from this block. I believe it'll actually just go by this block alone anywhere on the block. If I throw a lever right there, it will turn it off. I think that as soon as this thing goes up to power level 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it may actually put the power into this and shut this whole thing down, which would be great. And then we can do something a little more elegant than a line of redstone later. But for now, that actually may just solve the problem. We'll have to come back in a little bit when the iron ore has gone a little higher. Oh, this has gone up a level. Ha ha ha, look at that. So, power level 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is now completely shut down. See, it's not turning anymore. But as soon as I take out a stack of iron ore, it starts right back up again. And it'll keep going until another stack is placed in there, and then it will stop. Matter of fact, I can place it in by hand, and it'll stop. Isn't that awesome? Now, obviously, it'd be nice to have it gathering more than 3 stacks of iron ore, but all we need to do is put an upgrade on this drawer, and it'll do even more, because it's all about percentage. So, there you go. A simple excavator automator. Now, speaking of automation, there's another thing I want to do. So this is currently filling up. If it hits the top, it'll continue to run. It'll continue to use fuel, but it'll just waste all of the energy that it produces. So I want to actually have a system to automatically turn it off. In extreme reactors, we have a thing... Not that thing. Here we go. So this is called a reactor redstone port. So gold, redstone, and some casings. I don't think I have... Oh, gosh, yes, I do have plenty of casings. I have everything but the gold. Let's go get that. I'll do it back here. So, if you right-click on any one of these, you can see inputs and outputs as options. Hang on. I actually want to change this a little bit. We're going to put that redstone port there. Yeah. So we're going to output the energy amount. We're going to say active while above 80%. You have to hit commit, but then we can hit escape, come over here and say input toggle on off, and then we can choose either set from signal or toggle on pulse. Set from signal is the easiest thing to do here initially, but we're going to make some changes. So we're going to hit commit on that. And now, I left all my redstone upstairs. Darn it. All right, so now we can do this. And then every time that goes above 80%, wait a minute. Toggle set from, no, sorry. Below 80%, it's going to turn it on. So this is on until this hits 80%. And just for fun, I'm going to change this to 65% commit. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're getting close to 65. Let's do a search for something crazy so that, there we go. Now we can actually see what we're doing. So as soon as this hits 65%, it should shut off. It should shut off. Set from signal. Why did that not... Why didn't that turn off? Huh. I've done this before. Instead of doing toggle reactor on and off, I'm actually going to change the control rod insertion. Now, each one of these control rods, if you right-click on it, actually has an amount that it can be inserted. So when this is all the way inserted, it actually disables this control rod entirely. So what we're going to do is we're going to say control rod insertion. When there's a signal, then we're going to set this to 100%. And when there's not, it's going to be 0%. Let's see. And that should work pretty well. And let's go. I swear it's night more often than it's daytime in this game. Let's just get some light. I'm going to go ahead and take out a couple of stacks of iron ore, which is going to force this thing back on again. And then if we take a quick look over here, we're going to watch this thing drain like crazy. Yeah. As soon as that drops below 50%, which, you know, it could be any percent you want, but should be getting close. What should happen, in theory, is those control rods will insert... Wait, that's backward. That's backward. I want active while above. The fuel usage should have dropped along with the power production. And I don't know why it's not working. Maybe if we do it like that. Hey, there we go. See, the fuel usage is now 0. All right, and then that's dropping, and that's... So now it's sitting there. Okay. Yeah, as soon as it dropped below 30%, that thing fired up. And now if I shut this down, as soon as this gets above 30%, it should... Really? Oh, there it goes. Just took it an extra second. And now our fuel usage is dropping, or is at 0, and what we're producing is dropping. Beautiful. Okay, so it was just a matter of rerouting our redstone a bit. So there's some other tricks that we can use with this that will also work better than we're doing right now, but I want to get to those later. This is good enough for now. And we're going to leave it just like that. I am, however, going to take all of... I just remembered the other upgrade I wanted to put on this. Under normal circumstances, if I take out those 5 ingots, this drawer is now empty. But if I right-click on it with my key, you can see that little lock thing appears up there. And now if I remove everything from it, it's still locked in to use steel, which means if I walk up to it later and double right-click here, it knows where to place it. So the key is really handy. It's especially handy in a situation like this, where you're gathering stuff And every once in a while you're coming and removing it all. So if I just go in here and remove everything, now it's going to go ahead and continue to function properly. And it'll know where to place things. Like that one tin and that one iron. So let's go ahead and dump all of these guys in here. And I think I'll just carry my key around in my golden bag of holding. So, I think we've got the Tinker stuff pretty well set up. I'm going to start piping them to a single chest here. And let's set these guys up. That's good. And then I kind of evened this off into a diagonal wall of sorts. And I'm thinking that the final version is going to look something like that-ish. And then I might put up some windows or something to kind of look out. See if I were to do... I don't know. I'm kind of making this up as I go along. Might be interesting. Might not be. But I thought with this diagonal wall, I might be able to do something interesting with these guys. So I've got a pattern chest, I've got two pattern chests, and I've got a part chest. And I don't really need direct access to these. Actually, it depends on which one. Let's take a quick look. Ah, okay, so this is not the one I was thinking of. So let me put that one there. So this one is actually for the table, so I'm going to put it right there. So this is my... Yeah, this is this pattern chest. So the stencil table would go there, and the part builder would go there. I can place the part chest there, and the tool forge there. And this makes this whole thing just a little bit more compact. Now, if I want, I can make myself a new pattern. For example, oh, let's put these in there. This is a sharpening kit pattern. And this is pretty cool. We haven't played with this yet, but if I come in here and put the sharpening kit in there, there we go. Now I've got a stone sharpening kit. So the stone sharpening kit allows you to upgrade your tool's mining level if you combine it with flint. However, and then we're going to make ourselves that. All right, molten pig iron, we're going to put into here. I want to really quickly show you something. If I take this cobalt hammer and I take a cobalt ingot, I can place it on here and it will repair my tool. So, and in this case, it's enough to completely repair the tool, but in some other cases, it might not be enough and I would need more than one. Technically, I could repair this tool with cobalt or paper because it has 3 heads and one of them's paper. The other 2 are cobalt. However, if I'm down in a mine somewhere, I can't just do this. That's not going to work. Because you have to have a special forge to do it. However, this sharpening kit will do it. So if you prepare a sharpening kit of the right material, and here, let's actually do that for my tool. All right, so we'll put that on the bottom. Let's make ourselves a cobalt sharpening kit. Now, let's say I'm down in a mine somewhere and my hammer breaks. I can actually just fix it using the sharpening kit. But I would not be able to do that with anything else. But also my cobalt pickaxe can be replaced, or can be fixed that way. So I'm just going to keep that around. And I'm going to keep the pig iron one as around too, because I do have some pig iron tools. And sometimes I eat them. How does that look? I think it looks good. We'll have to play more with it, but I like the general idea. I'm going to tear this thing down and make it better. think I'm going to make it the same height, but we're going to make it a little bit wider and a little bit longer. So if we do this, uh-oh, I need more. Like that, then our internal is 3 by 3. And I'm thinking that we can do, oh, I need more. Like this. Yes. Need more of these. I just grab everything. Like that. So now we're going to have 5 rods. Each one 2, well, yeah, I guess, yeah. So we're going to have 5 2-height rods. And then, I don't need these things. So we'll go ahead and set that up there. And then let's fill up the top. I almost forgot that I need all the coolant. Like that, and like that, and like that. And we actually have a lot of extra. Well, maybe this should be one taller then. I'm going to need 4 more rods. Like fuel rods. No, 5. I'm going to need 5 more fuel rods. But then, yeah, that should be fine. And, of course, I totally forgot that I started melting down sand. So, let me show you this really quick. If you melt down sand, you get molten glass. Surprise, surprise. And if you pour that out into a casting basin, you get something called clear glass. Clear glass is wonderful because it's just like normal glass. Of course, it's raining and snowing and all kinds of things. Anyway, I'm planning on using them here. I might make some changes on the look, but one way or another, I'm going to pour all these out really quick so I can make some manolin. Clear glass, if you break it, you get it back. Yay! Also, when you put clear glass together, it doesn't have borders. So, just little things. Okay, the last block of manolin is cooking right now. Let me just get these in here. So that there, that there, that there. Control rod, control rod. We've got a block of manolin to install. Also, there is snow on top of my pipes. That's kind of hilarious. Okay, last block of manolin, last control rod. Fuel rod, I keep doing that. There's my power tap, that, and then here are the last 2 items here, there, and there. All right, it forms properly, and it instantly uses all of the uranium I've got. Hang on, let's put some more in. Yeah. How much do you think this thing is gonna produce? Let's find out. Way past what we were getting before. We are now up over 4, almost 5. Looks like we're leveling out at about 4.1 or 4.81. And this is about the same fuel as before. Look, this thing's 50% full already. Love it. Let's get this thing chugging away. Give me all your stuffs. And that should be running at full speed. Look how smooth that's rolling. I love it. And wow, this is actually putting out more fuel than that thing can use. It's not going up quite as fast as it was before, but that is nice. All right. Well, we are out of time for this episode. I'm going to reset up my management stuff before this thing fills up and it's wasting fuel. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, if you learned something new, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't learn anything new and you hated it, then why did you watch the whole thing? That's just a waste of your time. Doesn't hurt me. I'm okay with it. I don't mind. I appreciate it, actually. I mean, it's, you know, it's nice, but seriously, go watch something else. And I'm sorry. Try the next one. You may enjoy it more. As a matter of fact, I'll see you next time on Epic Tech.